Hi and welcome back to Campfires and Casks. I'm Alex, and where are we today? So I've just been to my mum up in Suffolk, and on the way back I go through a village called Ixworth, which is where I used to live probably about 15 years ago. There's a nice little walk around here, lovely little river, and a real cute little bridge. So I thought we'd take a little walk up there, take the old footpath I used to take, and see what's changed, and maybe find a little spot to have a cheeky little cold one. Yes, over there. I'm not sure if you can see it. A bit of a dip. Now, from memory, from what I understand, there used to be a monastery or some ancient old building on there, on that little mound there. And legend has it, underneath there's little sort of priest runs, little holes, little tunnels that run from here into the village down towards the pub. How true that is, I don't know, but but I certainly remember living in the house and you could hear people walking down that lane. We just come down, very, very hollow. So there may be some truth to it. Who knows? That's good because they did at one point. I remember coming here with my son, maybe about 5 years ago, and they had sort of like a barriers, the wooden barriers above that bridge there, which meant it kind of lost some of its beauty. But I can see they've done some repairs, so maybe that's why that was there. But yeah, you spend many sort of time down here. You used to go crayfishing, got bucket loads and stuff, bucket loads of them. It's really good to see that bridge there. It's taken me back to a lot of memories. Spent a lot of time there with my son Finn when he was little, playing Pooh Sticks and like I say, going crayfishing. Yeah, happy times. It's nice to be here again. So from memory, we'll be coming up with this big oak tree, I think. And Finn's probably hate me to say this, but he just love hugging it. I think it was huge. When we came up here about 5 years ago, I got a great photograph of him hugging it then. If I find it, I'll put it on here. So I reckon this must be the tree. Now I thought it was just where I was sitting, but no, this is it. And it's not as big as I remember. And a lot more brambles there. This is kind of really clear. This tree, oops, I'm doing that a bit. This tree really, you get right round it, and yeah, Finn when he was little, I suppose it did seem much bigger when he was tiny. But yeah, he loved that tree. Alright, little tree hugger he was. He's gonna kill me for saying that. So I was just walking through here and I thought, hey, loads of buzzing. And yeah, I just looked up here and there's this sort of bee's nest. Hi, how's it going? So I found this little spot here in the woods that is much bigger than I can remember it being. I thought it was just a small little patch when I used to live here. But yeah, it's nice. I mean, actually, you quite easy to do a wild camp here. I think some people have been here. There's a bit of mess that people have left. You know, people should just take their crap home with them. But anyway, it's here. People have definitely been here. But yeah, I reckon if I still lived here, you could have a little sneaky wild camp here. Anyway, I'm a bit thirsty, so I've got a drink. So, what have I got today? So, nothing special. As I'm driving, like I said, I've been over to my mum's today, and I've just got one of these Guinness Zeros, and they're actually, I think, for non-alcoholic beer, they taste like you're drinking the real thing. You know, there's just this little taste if you really think about it, but oh, it's a bit lively. But Jesus, I've been in my bag for a few hours. But yeah, it's if I'm driving, I always have one of these. So anyway, let's get into the tankard. We'll have a little chat. I've got no plans for this video. I just knew I was going to my mum's up in Suffolk today, and I thought I'd bring the camera along and see if I feel like making the video. And yeah, I did. I sort of left hers probably an hour or so ago. Had a little walk around the village, and I've got here. So I've got no real plans. I've got no real plans what to talk to, what to talk about even. But I'll have a beer and see what happens. So anyway, cheers. Love his tankard. I take it. You know, I've got everyone's stickers on there. Even got my stickers now. I've got some stickers coming out. Made a bit of a cock up with those though because I want them to be a lot smaller. I kind of got my sizes wrong, so I've got some more ones more in order to sort of maybe a quarter that size. But yeah, they'd be handy. I know some people like them, but yeah, who have I got on here? Bearded Camper Scots. There's Cat Is, Chris W, Karen, Sussex Outdoors, Hazel, Gary Tree Climber, Spam Man, Just About to See, Stakey Steve. Yeah, a few are getting covered over now, but yeah, getting filled up with stickers. So yeah, so what should we talk about? So I don't know, talk about Ixworth. It's like it's a lovely little village. It's been about 15 years since I moved out of here, and you know when you live somewhere and you only appreciate the place once you leave it. That's very much like here in Suffolk. So I now live in London. It's when I was in London I've got into wild camping, being outside, all that type of thing, and I haven't got as much opportunity to go camping on the spur of the moment. Walks on, straight, all the walks there are walks in London, but nothing like this. I mean, there are a few places, but you got to go and find them. But here, on my doorstep, quiet, peaceful. Um, yeah, I only appreciate it. You know, you don't appreciate what you got sometimes till it's gone, as the old saying is. But yeah, next was a great little village. Moved here not long after getting married. Um, Bought a house just down Comster Lane. Finney was about, I don't know, 6 months old maybe when we came here. So it's a great little village for him to grow up in. And yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to have a little explore again and see how things have changed. Like I said previously, I was probably here about 5 years ago, just showing Finn. I've been to see my mum and just showing Finn where he used to grow up when he was little. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, if you carry on, you take that trail takes from another couple of miles, takes down to the main road, or a road, not a main road, through some farmyards and stuff. So yeah, it's peaceful. I'm just like, listen, nothing, just a rustle of the leaves in the wind. Can't even hear those bees now. Just about hear some cars in the far distance over there. That's gorgeous. Cheers. do love this Suffolk countryside. Got the big skies, you can see why. Relatively flat. Beautiful. Okay, that's a nice little trip down memory lane. Now let's head back to the car. So down here you've got a bit of a ditch, a big ditch, and from what I can remember being told and read about, so in front of us now, you see got a mound of earth, almost like an island. But once upon a time, I believe that was actually, well, in the Victorian times, this is all sort of all around, sort of behind there was all filled up with water. And that was a bit of an island, and you used to have Victoria, obviously much neater and tidier than it is now, but you used to have Victorians used to have rowing boats around here. But even further back than that, I'm sure I've read something or been told something about in Roman times. This must have been connected to some other waterways, but right at the top where that saw earlier, that sort of yellowy house, there was some kind of Roman settlement here, and there used to be, this is where they used to bring up the barges of goods and offload goods. So I've been told. How much truth in that, I don't know, but it's a fascinating story. But that goes on for a long way down there. Well, I have seen this filled up with water, but nowhere near the heights that I guessed it was back in the day. There's quite a lot of history in these villages if you sort of take time to look into them and read about them. So quite interesting. Okay, so walking up Comster Lane now, and this is the street I used to live in, right at the top. The vicarage, or used to be, I guess it's still the vicarage. And here's where I used to live, number 2, Old Bakery Cottages. I actually used to live there for a little while when I first split up with my ex-wife. And the pickle used to be my local. It's shut. So yeah, it's nice to walk around Ixworth. It's brought back some memories. It's nice, enjoy living here. It's a nice little village, nice little community. Yeah, it's good to see. Good to see it again. Right, till the next video. I'm Alex. This is Campfires and Casks. You know what to do. Like, sub, comment, and yeah, see you in the next one.
forever round.